the performance of this government, as it affects me, an ordinary Nigerian, and you, and many others, the president pledged to hold this country together. But this country has become more divided than ever before, whereby now the campaign war cry is Buhari had done 8 years, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu should be given opportunity to do another 8 years.
Are you making reference to what Bayo Onanuga said?
Yes, I make a reference to what Bayo said, what Babangida Aliyu said, and what many others have said. If Buhari's government was a failure, this government of Bola Tinubu in 2 years is a disastrous catastrophe.
You mean it has overshadowed the 8 years?
Of course it has shadowed. It has failed in all ramifications. The country has regressed. These are personal opinions. They do not represent the regional sentiment. They do not represent the Nigerian evaluation of the government of Bola Tinubu within the last 2 years. The fear is that this government has shown incapacity to change the trajectory of its governance in the country as of today. And if it is allowed to go for the next 2 years, I'm sure the country will be bleeding in all spheres of life. The economy is bad, national cohesion is bad, ethnocentrism has been uplifted to the highest level, corruption has more than tripled, failure of government in security is ravaging the country, and it is very, very surprising that even people of repute who have spoken that this government should be allowed not only to conclude its 2 years, but for another 8 years. In their own states, there are local governments in their own states that are now under the absolute control of bandits. And it beats my imagination that people who directly have been affected will come on national television and say that it is only fair. Look, in 2003, all the governments in the Southwest endorsed President Olusegun Obasanjo.
This was 4 years after the return of democracy.
Yes. Tinubu led the vanguard to reject that. Obasanjo was a southerner like him. Obasanjo was from the Southwest like him. If what he did in 2003 to President Obasanjo was acceptable, what we are doing now should also be acceptable. And everybody will tell you that between the period 1999-2003, the administration of President Obasanjo had earned the trust of Nigerians.
Maybe because you are part of that government.
Well, everybody felt it. Everybody felt it. Everybody felt it. You know, the government impacted on its primary responsibility of providing protection to the lives and properties of Nigerians nationwide. The government was able to turn around the economy that was collapsing under the military administration. The divisiveness in the country, the polarity of the country then, because it was north-south, military, civilian, was overcome. But here are we, 25 years later, we are in a terrible mess where endorsements, contrived endorsements, is the order of the day, not performance of government. As of today, minimally, in the South, there are 10 ministers of key ministries, all from the Southwest. There are 3 ministers from the South-South. There are 2 ministers from the Southeast. Why is the balance, even in the South? Why is the balance? To justify the continuity of such an administration. Where is the balance in terms of other key important appointments that this government has done? There is a problem in Nigeria, like many other developing African countries, where ethnicity, corruption, nepotism is almost the order of the day in administration. In Nigeria, we have never had it this bad. where one section of the country or one geopolitical zone out of the 6 geopolitical zones of the country is dominating the economy, the politics, the military, and all aspects of life to the detriment of the 5 other geopolitical zones. And just because the government of the day has important commodity in his hand to purchase people's conscience, we are having a spate of endorsements all over the country. That does not win an election.
Just my people, as the halt, it don't happen. This is one of the reasons, or one of the many reasons, why President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will lose 2027 presidential election. This man also went as far as saying that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not representing the competency of a Yoruba man. That means that this man they do what Yoruba man may not supposed to do. Just watch, share, and drop your thoughts in the comment section. Peter Obi is coming. Hit this like button and share.
You think these endorsements coming from 8th Senate, 9th Senate, and northern governors, APC governors, and all that, is not from the heart?
It might be from the heart, but it doesn't deliver votes. I am assuring you that in many parts of this country, not only the north, people will judge the government based on its performance, not even on its promise, on its performance. How do the people rate the government as far as it touches their lives in all spheres of administration? Look, I have so many Yoruba friends, if I can descend that low, in the course of my education, in the course of my public service, in the course of my political participation, so many. But President Bola Ahmed Tinubu from the Southwest, a Yoruba man, does not represent the competencies of the Yoruba people in Nigeria.
How do you mean, Your Excellency?
Yes, we have had president of Yoruba extraction who came at the country which was divided, who was taken from prison and given the opportunity to serve Nigeria once again, who was imprisoned by what you call a northerner, who was subjected to a lot of indignities in the course of his imprisonment. When he came, he didn't look back. He looked forward. That the unity of Nigeria was non-negotiable. And he was fairly in his administration to all parts of this country. And many people have worked for him. I want to tell you, from 1999 to date, we have not had a president with the equal success of President Obasanjo.
Maybe because you're very close to him, you're part of the foundation members of PDP and all that.
Look, Hamza, it's
yes.
not a question of one is part of it or not. The records are there to show how did he administer Nigeria and how did he leave Nigeria to his successor.
Of course, we are going to open the telephone line in the course of the program. Maybe some members of your former party, PDP, or those close to the government of the day will come maybe to actually disagree with some of the